Friends, welcome to the Immanuel 10 at 10. We've got some beautiful blue sky today if it's a little windy. This weekend should be beautiful. Looks like great traveling weather for my parents who are going to be driving up here from Tennessee for this weekend. Today is Good Friday, where we remember Jesus' suffering and death on a cross. Our youth will be reflecting on Jesus' 7 last words in our Good Friday service tonight at 7. It'll be a powerful service, so I hope you can join us in person or online. This week, in our one-year chronological Bible reading plan, we finished the book of Joshua and started the book of Judges. After the Lord gave the Israelites rest from their enemies, they settled in the towns that God had given them east and west of the Jordan River. Joshua was getting old, so he gave some final instructions to the people, just as Moses had. He reminded them of how God had rescued them from Egypt and led them through the wilderness. God then defeated their enemies for them so that he could give them this good land. Joshua called the people to be faithful to the Lord, putting away all their idols and refusing to worship the gods of the people around them. He said to them, "Choose this day whom you will serve, either the Lord or the gods of your ancestors. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." The people all replied that they too would worship the Lord alone and serve him. And Joshua told them, "You can't serve the Lord. He is a jealous God and will not tolerate anyone who abandons him and worships other gods." But the people insisted that they too would serve the Lord and worship only him. So Joshua set up a large memorial stone as a witness to them and against them. The tribes who received land east of the Jordan as their inheritance nearly started a civil war when they set up a large altar on their land. But when the other tribes confronted them about it, the Israelites, the eastern tribes, said that it was only a memorial altar to remind all the Israelites that those on the east side of the Jordan would also worship the one true God and offer sacrifices only in his sanctuary. The Israelites were faithful to God as long as Joshua and the other elders who had seen all that God had done for them remained alive. But after they died, the people began to stray. The book of Judges describes the cycle that the Israelites got themselves into. When things were going well for them, they got comfortable and started acting just like the people all around them. Doesn't that sound a lot like us? They intermarried with other nations and began worshiping their gods as well. God then let them experience the consequences of their actions. Their enemies rose up against them, harassed them, and sometimes even enslaved them. When the Israelites came to their senses and cried out to the Lord, he sent a judge to deliver them, like Gideon, Deborah, or Samson. These weren't judges in a courtroom, but military leaders who gave the Israelites victory over their enemies. As long as the judge was alive, the Israelites obeyed the Lord and had rest from their enemies. But when the judge died, they went back to their old rebellious ways again and again. At the end of the book, the author concludes by saying that there was no king in Israel in those days, and everyone did as they saw fit. In other words, things didn't go well. The book of Joshua points to Jesus because they share the same name in Hebrew. The book of Judges points to Jesus as well because Jesus is far better than any of those leaders. Rather than conquering his enemies with violence, Jesus let his enemies do their worst to him. He took all of our sin and violence and suffering upon himself. God vindicated Jesus by raising him from the dead, showing him to be the true Messiah and King who takes away the sins of the world and makes all things new. Well, I invite you to join us for Good Friday worship tonight at 7 and Easter morning at 8:30 and 10:45. There won't be Sunday school or adult class between the Easter services. As usual, all of our worship services are live streamed here on Facebook and available on YouTube later as well. So God's peace to you. Have a wonderful Good Friday and Easter weekend.